Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. A little midday money on a Friday, Football Friday, September the 30th. Oh, my goodness. I'll see everybody next month. It's going to be so long, and you'll have to wait a month to see me. I always like saying at the end of the year, like, oh, I guess I'll talk to you next year. What? Yeah, next month. Anyway, Max Wager, winner free picks, like, subscribe, ring that bell. I didn't go to the other sites. You know what? They're eventually going to come over because tomorrow morning, when it's 11:40 and they're not subscribed, and we're giving out free picks like we usually do here, their loss, because that's what we do here. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, come say hello. Mr. Sean Higgs on Twitter. I posted out the pics. They're on the Twitter feed if you're on the Twitter universe. I'm not sure why you wouldn't be. I mean, I guess people like the TikTok, and no TikTok for me yet. I didn't do a Higgs stock yet. Although the OnlyFans feed pics are going well for me.
Are they actually? I gotta look you up. Hold on. $25 a month. Let's get it.
You talk 1444. That's my foot size. So actually 1433 because I'm like triple E, so I'll be like the threes would be reverse size. Oh man. Anyway, enough of me being silly. We got a lot to talk about today on a Friday. Baseball, 200 wins, 196 losses, plus 32-35 because, man, we just cash our dogs like it's our job. And it is your job when you're a pro bettor for basically your entire life. Started as a degenerate and then kind of settled down into a mature sports bettor. 32-35. Totals 195 and 145. Favorites 66-34. Had a couple faves. You know, I had this time of year, I'm taking some faves, and again, they're just smaller faves, but we've cranked up our favorites a bit. 498 and 486 plus 2812, 491 and 495. Basically like a flip of everything. Plus 1152. Again, basically a $1,700 difference. Same games, pushes to losses, push to a win, a loss to a push. It adds up. That's just baseball. And I say this every day when we come in here for the intro. You got college and NFL. You got totals. You got spreads. If a half run in baseball adds up, what do you think it's going to be in football when you got a spread and a total? That's 1,700. How about you just double it? Just say 4,000. Just say 4,000 out of your pocket. Maybe it's not 4,000. Maybe you're small player. Maybe it's 400. Maybe it's $40. Could be a difference maker to somebody. Maybe you're a bigger player. Maybe it's 40,000, 400,000. I'm just saying. Shop around. Marlins today get the call from me in baseball. I can't give up a 165 here. I got some plays on the sites. This is one of them. I do have the Phillies under in both games here, 8.5 in both games versus the Natties. I almost want to take the Nationals in both games because Phillies are imploding, but I didn't. A couple days left. I'm just gonna try to maneuver through here. I took a couple unders there. I got Miami as a big dog, and I took the Angels on their own line with my guy Reed Detmers. I've liked Reed Detmers all year. I said, can the Angels get a pitcher? Now we know Otani was going to be good, but could they get anything behind him? And I tell you what, I think Detmers. I think that Sandoval guy's pretty decent too. I don't know. Maybe these guys, if they could stay healthy, if Mike Trout, overrated Mike Trout, most overrated player ever, next to Derek Jeter, they got to be the Mount Rushmore of overrated players who shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame or get MVP votes. Be Jeter and Mike Trout. Let's start a pot here on a Friday morning, Tim. Got to throw. Who else can I throw in there as a
Here's to that.
Trash guy? Maybe DeGrom's not a good pitcher. He's never healthy. So getting back to the Angels, run line plus 130 today. College football, we got a bunch in the video here. So 15 and 12 in the video plus a $1.90. Tulane, San Antonio, San Diego State money line. You want to take the 6.5 San Diego State? Sure, you can do that. I thought about Tulane even money line here. At San Antonio, everybody's going to be on mid-10. Big win. I get it. How about an over there as well? maybe an overplay. Maybe I would have been the safer one for the video, but we're going to roll with it. The Tuesday teaser, Air Force, Texas Tech, and Florida State minus the point there. Baseball, we cashed football last night under. I was going to say never in doubt, but it kind of got in doubt there late in the game. But we still cashed there. 7-9, 290 in the video. I did have Cincinnati as a premium. You probably knew that from look headlines when we had them at 1.5. Obviously got steamed up there. No shocker, because honestly, the people probably thought that Tua shouldn't have been playing. And hello, probably shouldn't have. Now, I'm not a Twitter neurologist. I have my Twitter degree in COVID vaccinations and geopolitical war theaters, so I'm new to the Twitter neurology game. But I got a little bit of common sense. Look at the size of my head. I know my brain is like a pea rolling down a 12-lane super freeway, but you see him get his bell rung last week, basically on Queer Street. I mean, I'm kind of that was an old saying back in the day when you get your bell rung, couldn't even walk straight, fell down. Obviously, got a little tuned up there. Probably should have sat out on a short week, but whatever. He was good to go, says the doctors. Whatever. So we saw the big hit. I'm thinking he's out for the year. I don't care what they say. I mean, they put him on a plane. I mean, Tim, you could come into this one because I've seen the Mets put guys on planes with concussions, and they go to Colorado, and then all of a sudden these guys are out for the year with concussions. How do you put a guy on a plane? Right? Remember that? Yeah. So who had a concussion? Somebody had it, and they put him on a plane. And I think it happened twice. Mets. This is a few years. Maybe you might have been like a teener back in the day.
Yeah, let's see.
Little preteen kind of guy.
Man,
and again, I know nothing about head injuries. That dude definitely looked like he was having a seizure on the ground. All right, number one. How? And I know it's a trauma center. How do you put the guy on a plane? How do you just keep him overnight?
Oh yeah, Ryan Church.
Yeah, ruined his career. The guy was actually a decent player back. I mean,
I know
like
my mom has his jersey.
I mean, he was like a 20-run home kind of guy, but that was you want that from a third or fourth outfielder. Wasn't a bad guy. I'm just saying, okay, we're not doctors. The trauma center said he's good to go. I find that hard to believe. People are like, he'll be back next week with extra rest. I mean, I took the Jets +6 already. And honestly, I think they're better with Teddy Bridgewater. I like Teddy. I told my son last night, he's like, oh, Bridgewater's garbage. I'm like, the guy's a good quarterback. He's like, well, his rookie year, he threw 11 picks. I said, I had, 15
rookie year.
I said, how many interceptions did Trevor Lawrence have last year? I said, come on. I said that the 4 years he played, he puts up decent numbers.
Yeah.
And you're playing in a system where he's only throwing 20 touchdowns, which isn't bad. I mean, he keeps it. He's a game manager. He's good.
He's a game manager. There you go.
That's fine.
But I think that's very underestimated because they're not the flashy guys. They're not the ones that throw 400 yards a game.
When's he have a guy like Hill to throw to?
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
He played on Minnesota. It wasn't a good team.
And listen, I like him more in a dog role anyway, Bridgewater. But I'm going to take the 6 points there with the Jets. Probably look to come in on an under there, though. I don't know. I didn't play it. Again, looking ahead to those games, I want to take Seattle. I should have took Seattle this week against the Lions because that was ridiculous, them laying a touchdown. Now it's down to 4 because it was coming down anyway, but now you got their 2 best offensive players out. They're in New Orleans next week, getting 6.5. Seattle is. And New Orleans is in London tomorrow, Sunday, with a backup quarterback and their number 1 wide receiver out, and Kamara is still trash. So I don't think they should be a 6-point fave right now. I mean, even Winston comes back. And who else was the other one? Oh, the Bears. Bears are catching a touchdown from the Vikings next week. Again, Vikings coming back from overseas. But that's just crazy to me. I don't think he's playing. I think he's out for the year. No way that guy's stepping on this field before December. I cannot see it. If he gets in here before December, I'd be shocked. And I know guys are gamers. Nobody wants to quit. You're a professional athlete. No way he's coming in. No way. No way. I think he's 50-50 on his career. Personally, that's what I said last night when listen, I don't know, man. You see the old hand. I don't know. Again, I'm no doctor. I was just looked really bad, and
Season, probably. Career, I think he'll be
I
back.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I say
Well, we'll
50-50
see.
on
We'll
that.
see. It's all up to doctors and what they say.
The doctors, they know what they're talking about, right?
Well, I would trust more of the doctors from like the University of Cincinnati Trauma Center rather than the NFL people. But
I, I mean, even if they say we're just keep him overnight just for precaution, who
yeah, that
forced
would
him?
probably been the smart thing to do. I would because
Right?
Christina.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, Ed, listen, like everybody's a Monday morning quarterback when it comes to anything. It's just the world we live in today. That is just crazy. I'm not even a
Yeah,
Dolphin guy. I mean, that's not like I'm a big fan. Like, you saw the game Sunday. He got his bell rung twice. He couldn't even walk straight.
correct.
He's like, oh, his back. He didn't grab his back. I'm sure I saw him dizzy and trying to clear the cobwebs out of his head. I didn't see nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't see him grab his back at all.
Mm-mm.
Like, what the heck? He's done for the year. No way. No way. They got lawsuits. God forbid this guy's driving home 2 weeks from now and gets in a car accident and dies because he blacks out driving because he's,
Concussion.
Seriously, anybody have a concussion before? Anybody get their bell rung pretty good
No, I
in their
never did.
lives?
But I never really played anything. Like I
I
played
know.
baseball, but that was about it.
Yeah, it's not, that's took some big hits. Richie P in the house. Welcome. Welcome. Sorry for my doctor rant. Detroit run line. Jumping into it. I thought about this with Darvish, but you know what?
I believe
Look at
that
the
says San
numbers.
Diego, not Detroit.
Yes, Darvish. Did I say San Diego, Detroit? Who did I say?
You said Detroit run line
Oh,
with Darvish. I'm like, hold on, 1 second.
yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know where my mind is. Probably because I was looking at Manning's
Do you have a
Matthew
concussion? Are
Manning's.
you good? Did
Yeah,
you get your bell rung?
yeah, I have a couple times. So Darvish, believe it or not, I should say just Darvish. The Padres off of Dodger series. I think every time they come off it, they've won one game the day after wrapping up series with the Dodgers. Now, Davis, Steen, Martin here. The Sox have dropped 8 of 10. They look like they're mailing it in. I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I thought about it. I had written it down. I changed my S. I crossed it out there. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing San Diego. I just don't like them off of Dodger series. They just don't play well, especially in game one. Look at it. I went back to April. I'm like, how are they off these Dodgers? I see loss. The one time they beat the Dodgers in the last game of the series, they lost the next day. So, yeah, not loving that. Manoah on the hill again. Didn't play it. What is even a run line today here against the Red Sox? I mean, I like Manoah.
I think it was like even money or something.
That's not too bad.
Let me make sure before I.
I mean, I
give you wrong
understand you're
information.
playing teams that they got to win.
Plus 125
That's not bad.
against Nick Pivetta.
I looked and I moved on. I thought about, believe it or not, taking Cleveland again on the run line. I was like, do I do the Indians again? Where's Pavetta's numbers? But I like Brady Singer. And I thought about the under. I'm like 7. I'm like, because actually Cleveland has hit Singer a little bit there. Pavetta got a tidy 5 ERA last 7, a 6 ERA last 6. He's good. Wonderful. Let's see what his numbers are versus the Jays. 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs. That's back in April. In June, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. And that's that. He just gave up 5 to the Yanks, 3 to Kansas City, 3 to the Yanks. Tampa, Texas 1-1. Tampa, 5 spot. I can't. I mean, yeah, you want to take Toronto? Sure. Casey under. I thought about it, but I sat against it because I almost did a run line there with Saval, but he's been bad. Gio, what do you say? You want any baseball today? Yeah, well, I got the baseball in the chat here. I got the Marlins. Baseball's been treating me pretty good. And then I said I got the Philly unders, both games. Markel's in the house. Welcome. Tooch is in the house. Tomorrow morning. What are you doing? About 10:30ish, 10:15 East Coast time. Michael, good morning. You're right, and I flipped it. Took Tulane +3 to cover my stupid Houston -2.5 bet. Over mid-10, yes. San Diego State points and money line, yes. I still like Washington. I know it's gone up to 3. On that mid-Tennessee over, yes. BYU. What happened to BYU last night? They didn't cover 30 points? I'm shocked.
Nope. Utah State. BYU only won by 12.
Yeah.
I mean, a drop pass in the end zone, 2 missed field goals. There's your cover. But I had Utah State, so it worked out nicely.
They got Notre Dame next week, right? Yeah.
Yes, Notre Dame next week. It was always Utah State.
Great night. I'm really happy to see the Giants showing a little heart and finish the season strong. Who knows if they sneak in? Philly's got to win every game. Excuse me, the Giants, right? Because you're on. What is your magic numbers? What, 2?
It's E.
They're eliminated from the playoffs. Giants. I thought they were still in it. I thought they were on 2 out.
Oh yeah, it's 2.
You know.
Oh geez. Yikes.
Have I heard of George Soros? Yeah, I've heard of it. I mean, come on. I've heard of George Soros. Scumbag George Soros. Utah State, baby. Never in doubt, Utah State. Am I crazy to want to take the Nats in the early games? No. And Mike, if you want to take the Nats both games, I mean, why wouldn't you? What did the Phillies showing you? The Phillies are streaky as heck. And now they're in a bad streak. I think the Nats want to play for a little bit of pride. I mean, again, this is a young team. These are guys they traded for. These are guys who are going to be on the roster next year. It's not like this is like, this is their pitchers. Fetty's one of their guys.
Crazy thing with the Nationals, I think they won the Juan Soto trade. Because C.J. Abrams came there and he's been fantastic.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't he be? The guy was a top 5 prospect.
Yeah. And Soto has done nothing.
Yeah.
And Josh Bell has done even more than nothing.
No. Listen, good trade for Nats. Again, the Nats team, you got some young guys over there. And they're all supposed to be thought of good. They're highly rated, whatever that means. Again, if you like prospects, you take a shot on prospects. See how they pan out. I get it. Thoughts on Braves and Mets? I want to take the Braves. Mets don't hit lefties. Braves seem to be the one team that can actually hit the Grom. That's a no play for me. I mean, maybe you go run line on whoever is the fave for a big run line play, but I'm not getting involved in that series. They're both desperate to win, right? I mean, who do they? I forgot. Tim knows better, but if whoever wins the division gets the bye.
Whoever wins the division gets the bye. Whoever loses gets the first wild card spot will most likely play San Diego in the wild card. If they win that series, they play the Dodgers.
I mean, I'm not looking to play San. Who wants to play that? Because
I don't want to play the wild card. Absolutely
Darvish, not. Musgrove, and Snell's pitch better. And as much as we talked about Soto, I'm really going in. I think it's like, yeah, we'll play San Diego. It's easy. San Diego's bad. What are you talking about?
And then you get the Dodgers. Hell no. No, thank you.
I mean,
get the bye.
If the Padres were on the other side of the Dodger bracket, it'd be like, wow, I could see, listen, the Padres just can't beat the Dodgers.
No, they cannot.
But anybody else I give them a shot against. I mean, if Padres are dogs versus Atlanta, I'll take the Padres in those games plus money every game. Yeah, I'm going to need what? I'm going to need them to win 2 out of 4 to make money. I'll take that.
Well, they would play a 3-game series against Atlanta or
just Mets. 3.
Yeah, because that's a wild card weekend.
Wild card's 3, all right.
And it would be in either Atlanta or New York.
I'll still take plus money.
With that series, Mets can clinch the division with a sweep. If Mets take 2 out of 3, they have to win 1 against Washington. If Mets take 1 out of 3, they control the tiebreaker and control their own destiny. They get swept, and Atlanta's all got that division but wrapped up. So there you go. That's your propositions for the weekend. And we don't know whether or not Sunday's game will even happen, so we'll see.
Oh, because of the rain?
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Yes. Throws a better deep ball. He didn't look bad coming in. He came in, I'm like, oh, boy, here comes my cover's in trouble. But again, I liked – if it was Bridgewater all week at +3, I would have been on Bridgewater. I would have been on Teddy. The guy covers. It's just that simple. And that's what I told my son. I'm like, I said, Dan, the dude covers. That's what I need. He's a professional quarterback who's going to go in there and do a good job. That's why the dude gets more money than Tua. He makes $2 million more than Tua. They're paying the backup. This is why. Thoughts on Marlins? I bet Marlins. I mean, how am I going to give up 150, 160? Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's the sucker line of today. I don't care. Like I said before, I'll lose with a dog instead of laying a crazy $2. I'll take a loss. You know why? Because I'm up for the season. This is what you do when you make money. You could take you could take a shot on a dog, and it doesn't hurt your bankroll. Never mind. I really read the chat before I ask a question. I see the Marlins right there. Yes, been right there from the start. I talked about the Marlins. Let's see. Best two-team MLB parlay for today. I have a 100% profit boost on DK. All right. So you look for a big doggy parlay. I mean, obviously, I'm going to tell you to throw Miami in there.
Does it have to be a dog? Just says best two-team parlay of the day.
So yeah, no, but he said so line value can't be high. I don't know. I mean, I'd go Tampa Bay and Miami. I'd go big dogs.
I don't hate that.
I mean, Framber's good. I mean, Framber. It's tough going against Framber. Maybe not that.
That's the one thing. Yeah. I like Seattle to clinch their first playoff spot since 2001. I would take them run line though.
Yeah, definitely run line. I'm not laying 240.
Well, if you said parlay, I mean that's not.
Yeah. But still, you want a better. How about you do run line Seattle, Angels, and Miami money line. I got the Phillies under both games 8.5. I got Miami and I took Angels run line. Those are my 4 baseball bets today. I didn't even put a package up on the site for baseball today. Because I say, you know what? Why buy? I don't understand. So a bunch of people buy yesterday, right? $34.99 for the game or whatever. And like it's $31.20 for a week, Tim. Explain that to me. Where's the people?
People don't like money.
I know. Ray Finkel. Laces out. Laces out. Ray Finkel. It's all that Dan Marino's fault. It's hilarious. You know, Ace Ventura is based on a true story there, Tate. Okay. Him in his little tutu at the mental institution. Put me in, coach. I know I can do it. Oh, let's see that again. And instant replay. Jim Carrey in the 90s.
I have seen Ace Ventura. I like that movie. That one's funny. But anything that Jim Carrey's in is funny. So
Liar, liar, hilarious. I mean, like he's just funny. Yeah. I'm seriously. Yes, they are. I remember getting my bell rung. I'm like, whoosh, you know. At Tulane now is +4. People like in Houston, right? They're going to look at Tulane and be like, let me pull up the Tulane.
Tulane just lost to Southern Miss last weekend?
Well, that's because Brett Favre was quarterbacking.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I mean, 12-point fave losing outright hurts. And then besides that, you got Massachusetts and Alcorn State on their thing. I mean, big. And their win, you look at it, you go in and beat K-State as a double-digit dog, and then you have a letdown the next week. But what have we seen out of Houston here? Houston's got no defense. 35 San Antonio overtime. 33 overtime loser Texas Tech. 48 Kansas. 27 to Rice. So, granted, Mass, Alcorn, not that good. K-State is going to – I like K-State's team. So, I see a 17-10 there. I think that's a – not that this is going to play into that, but I could see this playing into a low scoring like 27-24, like the Rice game, or 34-27 Rice, and the 27-24 Southern Miss. I'm just going to bet Houston because it's Houston. It's like, the Cougars. They're good. Lex is in the house. Looking to go over Texas Rangers game. But Glenn Otto. Looks like the Rangers won that Joey Votto deal with Glenn Otto, starting pitcher. 10-15. Here we go. Check it out. Go to Tooch's channel. I'll be on there tomorrow. We'll be talking some college football. Sorry, Tim. The Cards are winning it all. Yeah, Carl's actually saying.
Okay. Good luck.
That's.
They have to play the wild card series. I'm not worried.
They have. I mean, the pitching's not good enough for me.
Yeah, that's my big concern. They got offense. I mean, goalie's kind of dipped off a little
He's
bit.
cooled down a bunch.
Which brings up the conversation of MVP. What are we looking at right now?
Maybe it'd be my guy Austin Riley sneaks in, get some votes.
Or it could be the guy with the most RBIs in baseball. I mean,
Alonso.
Yeah.
He's hitting like 260 though.
Yeah. Here, okay, hold on. Player futures. No, there's no MVP props.
No MVP props a week out. Crazy.
I have no MVP props right now, on my book at least. Bummer. But
I mean,
Cardinals. And the problem is that they have to play in the wild card, and then Montgomery's look great, cool. You got Waino, which we don't know exactly what we're going to get from in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then what? Miles McCollum, that's a coin flip. You're going to have to win it with offense. And deep into the season, I don't know how much you're going to be able to get out of Pujols and Yachty.
I like Quintana. But again, we haven't seen him in the playoffs.
Quintana, yeah, exactly.
And again, he's a 5-inning pitcher, which I guess you could do because you could say let Quintana go 5 and let what's his name? Who's pitching today? Flannery, who's just coming back from injury, hasn't looked good. Yeah. Maybe he comes in and they piggyback him.
Maybe, but the problem
Monty's still unproven, and Wainwright's just
don't have the pitching. And when you come into it, if they do they sweep the Phillies or the Brewers, whoever they have to play in the wild card, your rotation's out of whack now. So you're not going to have Waino and Montgomery for the first 2 games against the Mets. All of a sudden, you get Quintana versus DeGrom. You get
Dakota Hudson. He's still pitching.
You get your McCollum and whatever Flaherty, whatever combo you want to do for Game 4 against Scherzer. You're down 2-0, and then you work from there. That's very tricky. I don't know. I don't think the Cardinals are lined up right for it.
No. I think Bridgewater is better. I like Teddy B. Leaning under in Boise, yes. Any 2-team parlay line's gonna be high. Well, we've had our parlay little action for you there. NFL games: Bears, Cards, Indy, Rams. Let's see here. Well, this is week 5. I need the week 4 lines here. So, Bears against the Giants. I kind of like the Giants just because I don't say Daniel Jones is better, but I mean he's got a better running back. Bears might have a better defense, but I just +3 is just not. Again, for me, why even bet it, Eric? If you're not ready to bet this when the line comes out, why are you getting your stomach in knots over there on a Sunday? I want nothing to do with Arizona. I got Carolina +2.5. Now they're a favorite. I guess you want to take the Cards as a dog, you could. I can't stand the coach. Colts, I mean, you know how I feel about 3.5s. And the Titans almost blew the game to the Raiders. At least I know Indy can play a little defense. You know? I mean, they put 500 yards up on Texans and tied them. Just on some nonsense. The Rams, I like the Niners. I like the Niners there. San Diego State, but I like the under more. Yes. No problem there with San Diego State in the under versus Boise. Yeah, Bruce Almighty, cable guy. Just promise me you won't go bungee jumping in Mexico. They just don't have the regulations. I mean, funny lines that just did not go over. Like, because they didn't like that character of him. I mean, Bruce Almighty. This is the best. Goodbye. Oh, man. Number 23 was a different role for 100%. No, room was that room 23 where he was like the psycho guy? He was in the room, right? Yes. Peaked with Ace Ventura. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that sequel is good. I mean, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber. I mean, the original Dumb and Dumber was, we got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off. What are we doing here? Where'd you get the money from? I sold it to Petey. You sold a blind kid a parrot that didn't have a head. Harry, I took care of it. Scotch taped the parrot's head on. Oh my god. Rockies are online. Red Sox money line. Nats game 1 first 5, and the Caps. All right, so hockey.
Did you see what the Rockies line was? The Dodgers are minus almost 400 favorites today.
420, huh?
What the hell? Like, what are why are the Dodgers that big of favorites? What are they playing for?
I have no idea. I would just take. I mean, you're taking run line. I would just take Chad Cool.
Colorado, give me them straight up. I got them plus 2.5 at minus 110. I'll take them plus 1.5. I'll take them on the money line.
I mean, Cool's
the Dodgers are not playing for anything, and they should not be that big of favorites. It's a whole.
He's got a 7.82 ERA last 7. Not
I don't care.
Slightly inflated.
You're paying minus 400 for 5 innings of Kershaw.
3.5, 3.5, 3.39. Last time he faced the Dodgers, July, 3 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 homers, 4 walks.
I don't know if I care.
Look at this bad boy at home. 9-inning complete game shutout, 3-hitter.
That was after the Dodgers came off of a sweep against the Padres or whatever.
Doesn't make a difference. I don't care. I mean, take a shot with Cole plus 380.
Yeah, I would 100%.
I'm not looking to bet the Red Sox. He beat the Orioles. I get it. Toronto, they're not taking a day off.
We no longer trust Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, I mean, Manoah wants to pitch good. Nats game 1, sure, and I'm not worried about the ice in September. KC Tampa under the 46. Yes. Tennessee Colts under. Yeah, I got that at 45.5 when it came out. We said that on, or maybe it's 44.5. I'm looking at lines. Cardinal game under, sure. Royals first 5 with Singer. Cleveland's gotten them a bit. They've gotten to Singer. Yes, Barroom Network on YouTube. Come on in. Me and Tooch, Saturday mornings. I do all the NFL ATS in my office pool. Oh, all right. Oh. Pull a Let It Ride like Richard Dreyfuss and go around just asking everybody who they like. Never saw that movie. Looked terrible. 420 got to be high. I see what you did there, Gil. Denver plus the 2.5 versus Raiders. I kind of like Denver in a 2.5. Now, I did a free pick with Ali yesterday on this, and I'm saying I think the underdog is 8-1 or 7-1 ATS in the series, and Denver is like 1-8 ATS in the series. So obviously Denver had been the favorite here. But I mean, we got a new quarterback, we got a new head coach. So sometimes I like throw those kind of numbers out. But what have we seen out of Russell Wilson in this offense? I mean, I'm on the under here. I'm on the under 46 for this game. We saw 11 points, 16 points, 16 points, whatever they got. I mean, they can't score. I know the Raiders are bad, but they got their own problems. Quarterback throws into the ground. They got a guy who fumbles all the time. He forgets he's got 2 decent wide receivers to throw the ball to. I mean, and for the Raiders, like, this is it. They're all must-win games when you're winless, but for me, I would lean Denver. Again, old school thinking. I'm thinking, hey, you can't lay 3 at home. No, you shouldn't be favored. We know Denver's got a defense. That much we know. We've seen Denver make stops. So I'm getting points with a team that could win 11-10. I'll take a shot. There you go. Fade them. Ask the girls too. Fade them all. Marlins for me in the video. Tulane, San Antonio, and San Diego State here. Tomorrow, like 11, probably 11:40-ish. 11:45. Depends on me and Tooch wrap it up. We roll on in here. Free Mind says Raiders all day. All right, man. I don't know. I'm just happy with the under. I don't care what happens on the other side of things. But I don't know. All right. I guess that'll be about it here on a Friday. That's it. That's it. Nobody, nothing else. All right. Listen, have a good one, everybody. Have a good Friday. See you tomorrow morning, 11:45. Good luck.